So over the last 18 months, we've watched Georgia drift away from the West towards becoming a vassal state of Russia under Ivanishvili's influence. It's being welcomed in Russia by the usual suspects. And that's very tragic because we know that the majority of the people in Georgia are very pro-Western and want to see the future of their country being a free, democratic Western one, not under the clutches of Putin's Russia. So there is a big task here for the West, for the United States, for Britain and for Europe, to be putting pressure on the government in Tbilisi to say this is not good for the people of Georgia, this is not good for the future of your country. And then we need to look to see if they're willing to withdraw this legislation. I was talking to someone, a friend of mine who was in that crowd just about an hour ago, and they are very determined that they will not have their future as young people sold down the river by Ivanishvili and his cronies.
And we know, Dr. Fox, that there is an election coming towards the end of the year, or there's at least meant to be one in Georgia. Have you got any confidence with the way that this current government's behaving that that election will be free and fair, or, in fact, will even go ahead?
Well, you have to suspect that this legislation is being introduced particularly to get that election moving in a particular direction. The way it will actually restrict the freedom of the press, the way it will restrict NGOs, is clearly designed to produce the same sort of situation you get in Putin's Russia now, where it's nominally an election, but that the result is decided beforehand by those with economic and military power. So it's a tragedy if we see all the advances that were made in Georgia over the years turning to dust in the way that they appear potentially to be doing at the moment.
What more can be done? We've seen the statement from Nusrat Ghani, but what more can be done at this point, do you think, Liam Fox, to try and have Georgia and this government change its course?
Well, I think the first thing is for the West to be putting up a united front, for the United States, for the European Union, for the United Kingdom, to be speaking with one voice and making it very clear that we can't stand by and watch the fate of the Georgian people being stolen from them. We also then, if necessary, would need to look to see if there were measures that we would have to take. Ivanishvili's got a lot of money stashed away in the West, we believe. But I think the best thing would be that if we can take Georgia away from the precipice that it seems to be on at the moment, and get them to get this legislation withdrawn as they have done before, to see free and fair elections and to allow the people of Georgia to determine their own future, not those who are friends of Vladimir Putin and his Russia making that decision for them.